Baz is going to win the Brownlow. Cax might win the flag. Jeremy Cameron's going to win the Coleman. So they're going to win every award out there. I'm okay with it. Because they're our only hope at the moment. Are North kind of good in Perth? Should North move to Perth? And the Freo sort of frauds? Okay, don't start the car just yet, Josh. We're not done with Ken until Ken says he's done. I said Eagles stink. If they beat us somehow, they can throw eggs at me. And I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself for thinking that this game would be close. They suck. It's Overreaction Mondays on this beautiful Monday afternoon where we overreact to the whole round of football, wherever you are and have you listening. Thanks for tuning in and doing football with us now. It is all hands on deck. One of us is extremely sick. It's not me. Ollie can or can't hear me. He's getting very good at reading lips. Tell everyone what you've done here.
Well, I'm not really sure what you just said, so I'm just going to take a leap of faith here and assume you're talking about my ear.
Yep.
I'm pretty susceptible at the best of times to ear infections and massive build-up of wax. I think also given the line of work, always wearing headphones.
Big wax guy.
Massive wax guy.
Yep.
It got to the point where I don't know why I should have just gone to the doctor, but I thought I'm going to do this myself. And my mate Jono, his girlfriend, bought me one of those ear scrapers.
Awesome. That
connects via Wi-Fi to your camera, and then you can see what you're doing.
This feels illegal already.
Looking back, why I've got access to this makes no sense. I mean, watching the footy last night.
Oh my God.
But I was just getting quite distracted by what a first quarter it was.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on.
Yep.
And I pushed everything so far deep, it's not even funny. I can't walk properly today.
You're off balance.
You're off balance. Like I vomited. Like I'm in pain. Like I genuinely cannot hear a single thing out of this ear.
Wow. So you've done, literally, we laugh about putting chopsticks in your eyes. You've pretty much put a chopstick in your ear.
Yes, correct.
Over a game of football. That anything that you can buy online that has a camera where people are shoving it in their ears to get rid of wax, I would be out on. The fact that you've gone for it and you can't hear a word I'm saying right now, you're still just looking at my lips. It's like you're trying to piece this together. Today's episode might be a bit disjointed because Ollie has no idea what I'm saying.
No. So
did you get any wax out? Because I'm a sicko for those videos. I see those videos. I think it's a practice in India where they're definitely not doctors. They're labelled as doctors in the streets. Wouldn't be. And they pull out earwax and like big clumps come out. I love that shit. That gets me off.
It was in there, but it's too deep. This is a job for a professional.
Wow, you might have one of those things where they put saline in there and then there's a woman somewhere and a cockroach came out of her ear.
Really?
That? Yeah, I love that. Anything to do with earwax or pimple popping.
Pimple popping.
Big on that.
Big one, if you like that world, cleaning horse hooves.
Oh, I love that.
Really good.
Love that.
And like putting the shoe back on and
love that.
Really good.
When they make a new hole on the golf green.
Have
you seen that? Oh man, they put a new cup in. It's unreal.
Really?
There's some sick stuff. Not really sick, that isn't, but other stuff like the earwax. Some sick fetishes getting around where you just go in a rabbit hole and go, I could watch this pimple be popped for years.
That's a good one. What's your big sort of weird TikTok
thing
fetish?
that you watch? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
horse
getting
hooves.
Horse and then all the other things I'm getting on TikTok. I'm getting a lot of porn on X. Don't know if anyone else is like that. Is yours like that? Your Twitter?
I don't have it anymore, but I remember it got very porny before.
Yeah, I'm almost out on Twitter.
Get going.
Amongst all the David Zeta and reporting that I need to be all across, getting a lot of naked women, which is very hard to sell to Anna when you're on the couch scrolling because David Zeta's made a report, and then also, you got titties in the face. That's very hard to sell. As me just not watching some soft porn on the couch.
Here's a good test. Have you got your phone on you?
I do. Oh,
okay,
God.
Just pretend that I'm Anna.
Oh, no. I know what you're going to do.
Go on your Instagram. And I want to just, what is it? Like where that search icon is?
Yeah.
I want you to show me whether or not it's a pass or a fail.
What's that?
You know what it is.
On here?
Yeah. But like where the...
Oh. Okay.
If I'm Anna... Am I giving you a pass or a fail?
Okay, go to mine. So I'm going to my personal page.
Yeah. It's a fail.
Have a look what's there. Just tell that to everyone on that explore page. Now that's false. That's illegal because that's the algorithm across all my phone.
Yes, correct. Because you're looking at
No, I'm not. That's wrong. I've got just naked women everywhere. I don't want this anymore. I'm out. I'm out on that one. What's Dan Does Footy got? Dan Does Footy when you go to the search thing, the explore page. Okay, see now I've got it makes no sense. I've got crayfish and people and worming. What does yours do? You sicko. Yours will be bad as well.
Mine.
Yours just secure stuff.
TDK playing for the Saints.
Great.
And maybe a little bit of Paul.
Well, that's where we're at. Just an update from Friars app. If you didn't tune in because your team wasn't playing, totally get it. But we did do the Thursday night review on the Friday episode.
Yep.
We had a story about 2 hamstrings being done. Nick Harrison, the first guy, which we'll get to later on in the pod here because there's more to that. And then another guy and the Red Rooster activation.
Yes.
The game was shitty, but the Red Rooster activation was going off. All the activations were doing really well. You said he did a hamstring. And
he definitely did.
That was amazing to have 2 spectator hamstrings happen in half an hour.
Yeah.
He's messaged in.
Ooh.
Sean, his name is. He says, "Hey, Dan, Ollie, I was actually the guy who did the quarter time Red Rooster activation. I just want to clear one thing up. The sniper never got me. Unlike the bloke that did the toss, my hammies are still in one piece. What you saw out there was pure grit, determination, and lactic acid. A lot of lactic acid. I knew the buzzer would beat me before the last kick, but it's not every day you get the kick snags or marbles, so I went for it anyway. Unfortunately, that's when the lactic acid really got a hold of me and went down like a ton of bricks. But I got up, got to the last ball in the pocket, composed myself, and snagged my 4th goal of 6. I love my time out there and will do it again in a heartbeat. No regrets, Sean."
Massive.
So what did you see then?
I saw the sniper, for sure.
We did the vision.
I've requested the vision. It comes through on a Monday.
Okay.
So we'll have this. I'll clip this up.
We'll get it
and
up.
you'll be able to see.
Has this guy done his hamstring or is it just lactic acid?
I mean, I haven't ever had so much lactic acid.
You've gone down.
That I've gone down.
Sean's protecting himself.
Like, is that a thing?
Look, I've played a lot of football, as you know. Nah, I've never gone down with cramp.
No.
Like, I've cramped as I'm running, but
Sure.
I've never been like... If you're telling... I wasn't there. I mean, there was 3 people there that saw it. There's a very small pool of people to see what actually happened. But you're saying he got sniped.
He was running from where you rip the numbers off. I want to say we're 30, probably 30 out from the goal.
Yep.
And he was running to the right forward pocket. Mm-hmm. And he went down just before the goal square. And he went down.
Did he hold it? Did he grasp at it? Oh, he's done a hammy. Sean's a liar.
Yeah, I think he's lying.
We'll get the vision. Get the vision. We'll get Sean on next episode, and we'll do a whole poll maybe on Instagram. See has this guy done his hammy or not. I also noticed one thing that happened in my I'm in a lot of WhatsApp groups. Yeah, I'm pretty popular. Irrelevant to anything, but I noticed one thing happens that every fan says throughout the season.
Okay.
No matter if you're going bad, good. At one point during the season, as a fan, you will write to someone a text message, "We are back." When your team wins,
we're so back.
You say, "We are so back." Everyone has done that this year. And it's just so funny because, sure, you're back for like a quarter, but when you really think about it, you're not really back unless you're like a good team.
Yeah.
But everyone, I guarantee the season, has said or text, "We are so back."
That's so true.
You've done it.
Yeah, against Melbourne. We were so back.
You were so back. Ash has done it. We have to take a bit of accountability for Electric here. Cooking with the intros.
Oh, well done.
Well done. Absolute Michelin chef there, 5-star restaurant. He's cooking everyone in the intros. He's doing some things. We take accountability for him on that.
Yes.
Outside that, on the socials when Melbourne lose, that's not us. They're his opinions. He's defending Melbourne with his life out there on socials. It's a war zone out there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure in his contract it says we are not responsible for anything that he said.
Yep.
During a Melbourne game.
No, we're not.
In that 5-6 hour window
That's him.
A Melbourne game day. That's
completely him.
That's not Dan Does Footy.
That's on him. That we don't want any part of that. So if you see Ash out there, Punt Road Post, Ash Barber just going to town on other people out there, that is very much him on an island.
That's my favourite thing that he does. He's got a Punt Road Post comment and then he's got Ash Barber.
Yeah, backing
that
him up.
pops up.
Backing himself up.
Great point, punter post.
It's like me with mine. Dan does footy, then Dan Gorringe says, we shouldn't let Dan does footy do that. He's got a town and you hear it's so good.
I also that's a really good thing that I'd like people to know. I don't have access to that Instagram.
No.
So you post something and then Dan Gorringe comments. I'm like,
it's just me.
You're just chatting to yourself.
It's just me. I'm still big on everyone should have a burner account.
Oh, yeah.
I'm massive on everyone just have a burner and just go to town. Go like start fights everywhere. I'm all for it.
I'll admit something.
Oh, yeah. He's got a burner.
I've got a burner.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why.
We got a burner.
And I'll tell you why. Because there's one person in the DDF community that hammers us.
I know who it is.
Yeah. And I see they sometimes post a story and tag me, but I don't want to give them the satisfaction of me watching it. So I click on my burner. And it's so funny because I'm following like 9 AFL fantasy pages or something just to be really
under the radar.
Under the radar.
0 posts?
Yeah, 0 posts.
Man.
No one's following it. It's just following like 12 or 13
yeah.
fantasy pages.
But you use it when you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Normally you have a burner to check like what your ex is doing, or if you want to just go sneak check a story like you've just said. But if you've got a footy burner to do footy stuff, it is absolutely hilarious and I fucking love it so much. Every AFL fan should have a footy burner.
I'll just...
Was it so quick? It's the most obvious burner in the world. I love that. If you don't have one, start one and just call it like Footy Burner 1,
yeah.
Footy Burner 2 until you can finally get it. So we know the Footy Burners are.
Admit that it's a burner.
Admit you're a burner.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a burner as well. I've got plenty of them actually, so I don't need to start it, but I'm all for that. We'll get into the round recap and get through all the games that happened. Let's get through some news first before we do. This is just crazy that Scott Penderbury is going to sign again for at least another year. Man, he's been around for a long time.
He has.
Remember when he had the dreadlocks?
Almost no. That's how long it's been. But yes, obviously I do remember. But
I remember.
Far out.
He was handballing with Jesus back in the day. Like when the game started, he has been around for a long time. News came out that, he wants to go around again. So I thought we should go through things that have happened in the world since Penderbury has been in the league.
Like it.
Some of these are unreal. Nick Dacos was 3 when Penderbury made his debut.
Mm-hmm.
The first iPhone hadn't been released yet. Instagram and Twitter didn't exist.
Wow.
Netflix was still mailing out DVDs. Yes. LeBron James had only played 3 seasons in the NBA. Joel Selwood was still in high school. GWS and the Suns didn't exist. Dan Gorringe got drafted, sacked, picked up by Carlton and sacked again. Okay, who did that? Yeah. Steve Irwin was still alive.
Ooh.
And a child that was born when Scott made his debut is old enough to drive, old enough to drink, old enough to vote, and probably plays for North Melbourne. He's been around for a long time.
That's wild.
Crazy how long, and he's still so good.
Debuted in 2006.
So, but he's 37 and just still so good at football.
Yeah.
Like, hasn't dropped off at all, really.
I think that's really the point here.
Yeah.
He's just sort of maintained at a really, really playable level.
Yep. Just cruising around. The big thing everyone says he makes time slow down. He definitely does that, but just playing good football. He had that period during the season when he averaged like 25 with side bottom as well, who were just doing some things, going town on team. So he is so good. He's going to break the all-time games record for sure. So
Do you reckon?
He's on 414 right now.
Yep.
Boomer Harvey's finished on 432.
Yep.
So what's that? Another 10 games left of the season. They'll play finals. They'll play the grand final, you'd think at the moment. So what's that? Another 13 games?
Yeah, he'll break that easily.
So next season when he signs on, he'll break that. He'll get to 450.
Wow.
450 is so many games. We've said this before about him. He must be so over it. I know that he's probably not, but every Friday night he has to carb load. He can't go to the pub for 6 months of the year. Like, just has to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'm prepping for a game of football, recovery, ice baths. Like 17, 18 years of ice baths would be the worst.
So that's the thing. I love footy and I would do anything to play at least one game. But he's missing out on a lot here.
A lot. He's 37. He's missed his peak.
Yeah.
All his friends are like, oh, we've done our partying. We're over it now. Like, we just want to settle down and have kids.
Yeah.
He'll come out and be like, no, but I'm ready to go now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
That is so good. But I reckon he's too far gone. After footy, that's his life still. Like, you know when you see someone who's quit and they just enjoy life?
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't know. He'll be a runner or he'll be...
He'll be something for sure, yeah. Media, we think media. He hasn't done much media stuff. Normally you can see early in their careers when they're going to do media.
Yeah.
Like Dangerfield wants to do media.
Start popping up on the Friday night games.
Yeah, he hasn't done that. Even the radio hasn't done much of that.
No.
So maybe he'll just float off and be like, I'm an absolute legend of the Magpies Football Club. And I'll go on holiday again. Remember last holiday he went on?
Yeah.
Controversial. Accidentally uploaded someone's bum. Not sure whose bum it was.
It was a bum.
It put a story. It was in Greece somewhere. Put a story up and saw two chicks.
Very non-Scott Pendlebury that.
Very,
wasn't it?
yeah. Well, if it was in Italy, Luke Sayers hacker. Him and Luke Sayers posting photos of each other.
They get it.
They are. So it might have been Luke Sayers' bum.
Yep.
It could have been. Wow, okay. Still at Collingwood, this rumour is just ridiculous to me, it seems. Ryan Daniels dropped this. Now, Ryan Daniels is a good journo. He doesn't just drop things if he's not sure. He's not like a Caroline Wilson or, one of the other journos who just makes things up because it's funny to do and there's no repercussions. He normally drops when it's a sure thing to drop.
Sure.
He said, I have it on good authority that Collingwood are very, in capitals, confident that Ben King will be a Magpie at the end of next year, so end of 2026. That seems hard, really unfair.
Yeah.
How are they going to get Ben King? Haven't they got enough? Surely they have. Surely you're very happy with everything you've got, and now you want to add Ben King, and rumours are getting Matt Rowell as well. How do you have the capital for it?
Yeah.
Draft capital, I don't know how you've done that. You've sold the farm for this year, and then you're going to somehow land these two people. That seems really unfair. You can't all go to Collingwood, everyone.
No.
Spread your love around. If Ben King leaves the Suns, that's the Suns rebuilding again. Him and Matt Rowell.
Yeah. It's exactly what the Pies need, though.
A Ben King?
Yeah.
They're definitely a Ben King away from being, they're probably 85% sure they'll be in the grand final.
Yeah.
They're a Ben King away from being 99% sure we'll win the grand final.
Yeah.
That would be scary for the league. So, speaking of journos and reporting on stuff, David Zeta did a weird thing. So he tweeted early yesterday saying that Marcus Bontempelli was going to announce a 3 to 4 year extension, and then an hour later he tweeted, "I tweeted earlier a deal was close for Marcus Bontempelli, and an announcement should come in the next week or so on a 3 to 4 year extension. That was not accurate, and I apologise. That's on me. Should be better at my job than that and wasn't on this occasion." So this is weird because journos don't normally do that. And we love Zeets. He could have just stopped without saying I should be better at my job. That was him just hitting himself in the hands publicly. So
bizarre.
I've never seen a journo do that.
Especially on a deal that he could have said that we would have forgotten about it, and it will happen.
Oh, man. He should know the rule book of all journos. You could say anything, and even if it's wrong, there'll be zero repercussions. We'll just move on and forget you said that.
Yeah.
Except for Caro, not forgetting that. But that's how journalism works here in Australia.
Yeah.
It's just there's no standards, and you just tweet what you want and just fire from the hip. And sometimes when you do fire from the hip, something may land. That's what he should have done. So I give it respect. Everything he tweets from now on, I trust. Because he will hold himself accountable.
That's true.
So that's a big move for him, a big play in his back pocket. But the whole tweet, he's either generally got it wrong, or the Dogs have said, hey, we're going to announce this during the week, so maybe don't announce it for us. Or, in a worse move for all Bulldogs fans, would give them nightmares, Bont has said to him, hey, I'm actually not going to sign with the club.
That's true.
So that's now terrifying for them.
It's one of a few things.
It's more confusing than anything from Zeets and the whole Bulldog. So who knows what's going to happen there. Bond still hasn't signed. Apparently he's talking about it. Apparently it takes ages to do his deal, so we'll see. On the Dogs, all the Dogs boys and Bevo, they had beers on the weekend.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I had a few people saying, hey, not stitching on them because we love that the boys have beers.
Yeah.
But just want to let you know, Bevo and the boys are here at the pub just singing a few pots.
Nice. Where were they? Do you know?
Somewhere in Ascot Vale, I'm pretty sure.
In Ascot Vale?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They all hang out that side of town. So they were there
True.
just hanging out, having some beers, and we love that. Jamar is also back at training today, which is big. So
That's
hopefully he
huge.
can get right. Well done, Jamar. Hopefully you get back into some football at the end of the year. They're saying that if he plays, or if he trains, for a solid month of training and shows up and does the right things and doesn't do anything silly on social media, then he can potentially play VFL for a couple of weeks and then maybe, probably not, but just maybe play an AFL game.
That'd be huge if he did this year.
It'd be big. He needs to, I don't know, everyone's saying he wants to get out of there, but maybe he wants to stay in there just completely off him.
Yeah.
I've got no idea. I can't get a read on that whole situation, but at
Do
least he's back.
do you want to do a Zeta-style guess?
We can do it on a few players if you want.
Yeah.
On Bont on Jamara?
Yeah,
or,
do Jamar.
Jamara will be at the Dogs next year.
Ooh.
I just think it's too hard to get him out of there.
Yeah, it's true.
I just don't think the Dogs would. Bevo's not like that. Bevo, they lost Baz. and they saw what Baz did. So I
That's
think they're
right.
scarred by that. Because if Jamar, who hopefully can get his shit together, can go and turn it on somewhere in Sydney, they're all saying he's going to. Imagine if Bevo has to watch that again 2 years in a row, seeing Baz and Jamar do that. So let's get into this, which I absolutely love so much. It's our Amy Clanger of the Week. The segment brought to you by Amy. Coin toss guy confirmed hamstring. So Nick Harrison is his name. Went on the news over the weekend and said, look, guys, I've completely done my hamstring. Here's what he said.
On the most bizarre injury of the season. Scans confirming a bad hamstring strain for Nick Harrison suffered during the coin toss before last night's game at Marvel Stadium.
Don't laugh.
Probably naive of me to think I could just go out and toss the coin without any preparation. I paid the price.
Yeah, it's a foolish mistake. How long do you think you're out for?
I'm probably going to miss 6 or 7 tosses, I guess.
It is the first coin toss related injury this season, and I dare say it's going to be the only.
So, absolute Harris. It's very on brand for this segment because he did it on the Amy logo, which is just perfect because this is the Amy Clang of the Week. So, it's I've never seen someone do a hamstring while flipping a coin. It's hilarious. I love that he's laughing with us. It's been very easy for us to laugh at him, but he's saying, you know what, guys? Flipping a coin is very dangerous for these hamstrings. You have to be prepared. You have to warm up. So he gets Clanger of the Week by Amy. Now, Clangers for Good competition is back as well. You might like this, Ollie. And this year, it isn't just open for footy clubs. It's for all AFL fans. And if you've got a footy-related clanger, whether at home, at a game, or at the club, we want to hear about it. Share your clanger at www.afl.com.au/Amy Clangers for Good and tell Amy how they can help. And you could be in the draw to win a chance to share $100,000. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy. Now, with all of this, very hilarious. Should we break it?
I think we break it. Or
do we not?
No. Break it.
So we heard some rumors early post the hamstring that, hey, just want to give you a little heads up. I'm not sure he's done a hammy here. I think it's very much a joke. And then this story came out and then people went, oh, no, but he showed a photo of the bruise on the back of his leg because he released it on Friday night. And we all went, oh, my God, this guy's actually done a hammy. So when I saw the photo first, I said, okay, I've done a hammy before. They normally don't bruise like that. Like if it's going to bruise, it's like dark purple. If it bruises at all, you don't normally get a bruised hammy unless it's off the bone. So my fraud radar went up. I said, okay, I think maybe Nick here is telling a few lies. And then, sure enough, we said Nick. We messaged him. Said Nick, hey, we'd love to get the pod. We're on to you. We know you haven't done your hammy. Do you want to come on the pod? He's like, haha, got me, guys. Love to come on. I'm just in a meeting. I'll let you know. Nick Harrison didn't do a hammy.
he didn't do a hammy.
He's a fraud.
Yeah.
He's a fraud, and he wanted a viral moment, and he got it. And I actually rate that so much. If he'd done a hamstring, it would be hilarious, but I love the fact that he Fugazi'd everyone, and Fugazi'd me, Fugazi'd us, and it's probably even better.
Yep.
I'm all for it.
It was, from what I've been told.
Yep.
It
You were
was
close to it.
Yep. It was more or less of a bet. It wasn't a bet. It was a what can you do when you're out there.
Got it. I think that's what we should do for the coin tosses going forward.
Oh, they got to do something to spice them up.
Someone has to for sure beat that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how you would beat it. I guess the next one is, you could take it really extreme and dark, which, you wouldn't do this, but if you were trying to, you'd take like a full blood sack and then, somehow you fake like an assassination, you start bleeding out.
Oh,
That could be dark for sure for the kids on prime time, but someone has to beat this now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you do it.
There's got to be something, though.
They're
you
creative.
can always go one up.
Well done, Nick. We appreciate you, mate. We appreciate you potentially doing your hamstring. Now, look, that's alleged. Not confirmed, but allegedly he has faked it. So I just want to keep that very in-house with the legal team. They will come for us, as we know, down there at one club, which wouldn't let us speak about, and one person wouldn't let us speak about as well. So I know that environment, very, very keen to sue someone, being this guy here. Let's go to Tom DeConning, who wants to go to that club that I'm not allowed to speak about, or that person, but he's telling people now he wants to stay at Carlton. So I'm, again, so confused. Like, make up your mind. He's saying that I really want to stay here. I love this club. You guys play primetime games. Yeah, we're a bit stinky at the moment. That's fine, but I just do not want to leave. Do you have $5 million somewhere that you can at least come to the party with? And the Blues are like, Tom, absolutely not. Like we do not have $5 million lying around.
Have you seen some of the faces that are rolling around here?
Tom, go walk in the locker room and tell me where $5 million is. Mm-hmm. Don't look at Harry. He comes back up and goes, "Hey, I saw Harry Mackay in there."
Yeah, there was this one guy.
Not him. So he wants to stay. He really does, but he's just saying, I cannot leave $5 million on the table. Or can he? I'm coming around the fact that maybe he can.
What makes you think that? Because someone said to you once that he's telling people he wants to stay?
No. This is I don't want to be Caro errors, but his management notoriously very much hate trading their players to St Kilda.
Yeah, now you're telling me about this. This is the thing, is it?
Legit, yeah. Their management group have been known to tell other management groups and not list managers. I would never say list managers, but they're very vocal. And like every time we've sent a player to St Kilda, it hasn't worked for us or our player. So we're very hesitant to ever push a player to St Kilda again. Well, this case is different because it's just so much money. But I'd assume the management here is saying it's a lot of money, but also if you go to St Kilda, with all due respect, Ollie, like your career may die. Like you won't be in the spotlight. You'll be very much in the graveyard a lot of the time. People will forget you, and that's just the way it is.
You can't say with all due respect and then just say whatever you want.
No, but
it doesn't.
It does.
Like, with all due respect, blah.
It's like saying allegedly.
It is.
You get away with it.
Yeah.
With all due respect, and then you can say something that's so disrespectful. That's how that works.
He gave me a warning.
Yeah, I do it with that all the time. In all due respect, this meal sucks. I would never say that. She would rip my balls off. That would be so disrespectful. But they're saying that, yeah, he wants to obviously stay at Carlton, but he just cannot leave that money on the table.
No.
So I don't know what he's going to do. Another guy who's got money on the table is better get that bag. Alert Sam Draper. Now, met with Adelaide, met with Brisbane, 4-year deal on the table from Essendon. So I don't know what he's going to do. Has all the time in the world to think about it. He's not doing anything at the moment except for a lot of bench press, a lot of upper body. So hasn't signed yet. Who knows what he's going to do. So again, let's just do what the journalists do and make up whether they think these players will sign or they'll leave. Let's start with Draper. I think he will leave.
I've got leave vibes too.
Wow, okay. Tom DeConning.
Leave.
I've got stay. Because if he leaves, I'm going to unfollow him and block him on everything. And my burner account will get loud on his socials. Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera.
Stay.
Yeah. Bont. Stay, I've got.
Probably stay.
James Warple.
Oh, I reckon leave.
Leave. Zach Butters.
Leave.
Riley O'Brien. The big signature of Riley O'Brien. I mean, again, with all due respect, couldn't really care.
Yeah.
Stay, go. I don't think anyone's really that. He's been pretty good this year, actually.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's just so big. Apparently he's like a good 2K runner.
Really?
Can plot around with the best of them.
Jeez, I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, but you know what he does that gives me I hate it so much. He wears the skins under the shorts.
Oh, yeah.
God, that shits me. When a player wears those, you give me like vibes that you do that.
Well, it'd be good for chafe, which we know I'm susceptible to.
Would be. Well, Dimmer's definitely wearing them.
But yeah.
Under his jeans.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, he wears the skins and I don't like that look at all.
No.
I'm not on that. So let's see. Hey, someone who's exciting us. Our investment. As you might not know, maybe you do know, we've invested heavily in sponsoring Pick 10 of last year's draft with his Alex Taru. Am I getting that right? Alex Taru?
Yeah. No.
Taru, the Flying Viking.
Yep.
Makes sense. You're from Minnesota.
Yep.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
The family. And the family because you work for St Kilda.
Yep.
Or actually, you're part of the family. Your signature's there. This is big for us. Hopefully, he debuts. Hopefully.
When you say you might know, or you might not know, because we did have a lot of content early on around him that we were going to do.
Yeah.
To talk about this sponsorship.
Yeah.
Hasn't worked out so far.
Look, sometimes investments don't pay you any dividends.
That's investments.
That's the investment game. Sometimes they will pay you, but the returns will come much later down the track. Now, it is round 15. If this investment wasn't going to return any dividends after this game, I'd be questioning and probably wanting the money back from the club at a sponsorship. But the fact that he's on the radar for debuting, I'm happy to leave it in the club and support him.
Scott Pendlebury made his debut in round 10.
There you are.
And he's played 414 games.
There you are. So that means Alex is making round 15. He's going to play at least 300.
At least 300.
He's so good. I watched his highlights and whoa. It's very true to form of Pick 10 form. Like you will get taken pick 10, there'll be so much potential about you. You'll be very good. Then you'll either get an injury or suspension, and you'll have to wait for a long time. And then when you are ready to play, it'll look very good again. Now, the next bit of this, which I hope he did better than what I did in pick 10, is he goes on to continue the career.
Yes.
Either way, lots of hype around him.
Lots of hype.
Which we love. So his vertical leap is just wild. So raw. Where's he from again? Sweden?
I think there's...
Does he speak English?
He does speak English.
Cool. Okay, so if he makes his debut this week, I didn't want to... I mean, I can invest in a translator, but I want to make sure he does is across English.
Yes, confirmed. Swedish heritage.
Swedish heritage. So we're keen to hopefully see him debut this week. Who you got?
Should we ask to just hold off a week?
Okay, so he's got Collingwood here. Look, miss it. Just miss it, I reckon. Is it the MCG or Marvel?
Marvel.
Is it your home game?
No.
Oh, so you're not there to back him up?
No.
You should ask if you could do like a freelance gig for Collingwood to MC their game. Just a one-off. Hey, I've got an investment.
At least
here.
just for the headshots.
Yeah.
Just to give him a bit of love.
Well, that's our investment. Our investment might be out there for everyone to see. This feels like I own a racehorse. This is awesome. I can't wait to see him, hopefully. So as soon as you get any news, can you
don't worry about
filter
that.
it through? Let's go. Very raw, so let's just give him some time. Like when I say very raw, like very,
Couldn't
very
be more raw.
Couldn't be more like thawing on the bench kind of raw. Like not ready to be cooked.
I mean, the guy's just had a 7-week suspension.
7-week suspension. He literally broke his back in preseason. So like that's fleshy.
Yes.
Very fleshy and raw. So let's just give him some time. Let's get in the round recap. I guess we should do the hotline.
Yeah, we
I
got to.
assume. All right, let's do that.
We haven't done it.
Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Hotline, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, Hotline, yeah.
All right, let's get into it. For those who are just listening on Spotify or Apple, thanks for listening. You won't be able to see Ollie's getting vertigo. I think he's about to be really sick. He's got an ear injury, huge ear awareness coming from that side of the desk.
Massive ear awareness.
He just said to me, I don't know if it's going on the pod, that I might need to vomit soon. So if he rushes out, he's doing a vomit because of the vertigo and the ear block. Let's start here with Josh.
Dan, Ollie, just wanted to tell you a story.
Here we go.
Last night, watching the Hawks and Adelaide game, halftime, siren goes, jumped on Uber Eats, feeling a bit pecky, so went to my favourite Thai, got a lovely pad Thai and a nice musman curry. Waited about 25 minutes for it to get there. As soon as it arrived, met the guy, got my food, went inside, grabbed the pad Thai, grabbed the musman, chucked it straight in the bin because all I fucking wanted was the chopstick so I could poke both my fucking eyes out. What sort of game was that? Jesus Christ, fuck.
Yeah, he's got a good point. I mean, I think a lot of these calls, the hotline went up Friday night and it was very full Friday.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these will be angry at Tassie.
How embarrassing is this? I forgot to tell you. On the way to the game on Thursday, I went via a sushi bar just so I could get chopsticks in case we won. I was going to do a whole thing.
That's great.
And I've just got a pair of chopsticks now. Just wait. So when you see it, know that I got it a couple of weeks ago.
I love that. All right, we got here Adria.
Hey Dan, hey Ollie.
Hey.
Lovely to speak to you. Just my thoughts is there should absolutely be a roof on the Tassie Stadium
Ollie.
if it ever does get
Killing
fucking
Ollie.
built.
Totally
I
forgot
don't
about
want
this
to
game.
watch a team go down there every other week to just slide around in the wet and cold
Slip and slide.
and to not kick any fucking goals.
Ollie's going to lose it.
I enjoy the game. I
Yep.
enjoy when goals get kicked.
Same.
Not when there's 4 or 5 on each team.
No.
Not when there's double digits of behinds. I like to get goals kicked and I like to watch marks being made. You know what wasn't getting done last night? Goals getting fucking kicked and marks being fucking made. It absolutely should have a fucking roof.
Okay. You see where this is going? Ollie's going to just sit there for a minute and sit in this?
The wet and cold.
Well, yeah, it was tough.
Do we need
Hey Dan,
dictionary?
hey Ollie. Sorry, I know I've sent you like 100 messages about this topic, but I was just desperate for it to get through. Got to cancel that North Melbourne Bulldogs Friday night fixture coming up.
Yeah.
I know it's for their 100th year celebrations, North Melbourne, but it's just got 100 points written all over it. And when you work your ass off all week, you come home, put your feet up and you expect a ripper Friday night game. And we all know, we're not kidding ourselves here, that game's going to be an absolute shit show. So please move it to the graveyard swap it with another fixture in that round. Let's have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Please, AFL.
Yeah.
Begging you.
I mean, he's got a good point. After you work your ass off, all week on Friday night, you want to come home and just put the feet up and turn the TV on to a good game. It's like you're being punished when you get the primetime game and you go, oh, what did I do to deserve this?
It's true.
Put my ass
He
off.
does have a good point, but I've got some good news for him.
What's that?
It's not on Friday night.
Next Friday, I think you mean.
No, it's a Thursday night game.
Oh, that's probably even worse then.
And guess what's on Friday night?
Oh, please don't tell me.
Carlton Collingwood. So there you go. It's not all doom and gloom.
Fuck. When we play them in 2 weeks?
So that's round 17. Thursday night is North versus Bulldogs, and Friday night is Carlton Collingwood, as well as West Coast and GWS.
Not a double Friday night
Double
header.
Friday night.
That's so disgusting, AFL. That's gross. We got 2 double headers on a Friday night.
8:20 start for us.
Lazy. No one's watching. Who is it again, that second game?
West Coast Giants.
No one's watching that.
Nah.
Lazy. No one's watching that game.
Not when you got Carlton
got
Collingwood on.
A blockbuster on. You're trying to sneak another game in. Greedy. Too many games.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Too many games. We got here.
Little Dan, Big Ollie. Just a couple of things I want to say.
Yeah.
Fuck the Crows for giving me hope this season.
Oh boy, here we go.
Fuck Tasmania and fuck that stadium. What a shit game of football. Fuck Jack Rewalt the most. He is Kane Corns the second. Keep it stiff, boys.
Wow. Keep it stiff.
Keep it stiff.
Keep it stiff. Like that. Is that our new saying?
Keep it stiff.
All right, Ben. Start a new slogan for the show. Everyone out there, keep it stiff.
Keep it stiff out
Keep
there.
it stiff out there, guys. That's the new motto. And I mean, ladies. Can ladies keep it stiff?
Oh, well,
Cool, ladies,
it's
you can as
open
well.
to everyone.
Open to everyone. Everyone keep it stiff.
How is it
Yeah,
that
we go.
Carlton get gifted
Well,
the bottom 2 teams
Yep.
every fucking year?
Yep.
it's awesome.
You guys are so shit.
Well,
But you keep getting helped by the AFL with
Yep.
your fixture.
yeah.
It's a fucking joke. You guys are shit.
I'll tell you why we get helped out, because we help the league out. We sell this bitch out. That's why.
He's got a great point, though. We're over here just copping Bulldogs 2 times in 5 weeks, and then
But you see, someone's got to help sell those shitty teams tickets, and it won't be St Kilda. So you take a big team, you take a big fish to a small pond, and you say, you know what, start swimming, and that's what we do. So I for one, am very thankful the league has given us the softest draw here, because what will happen, right? Let's be honest. Massive danger game coming up against North. The weekend was absolutely dog shit. That was gross. But now gives us enough hope. A game outside the 8. Thank you, AFL. The AFL wants us in the finals.
yeah, you are so back.
Yeah. Oh, we are definitely so back if we beat North, which I still am very nervous about. This is from Benny Boy.
G'day, Dan. G'day, Ollie. How's it going?
Good.
If
Energy.
Friday night has taught me anything,
Oh, God. Here comes
it's
Tassie.
that this new Tassie stadium needs a roof. No question. Like, if you want good games in Tassie, you got to put a roof on it.
Yeah.
Because that game on Friday, look, I'm a Hawthorn supporter. We'll take it, move on. But my God, that was a tough watch. So, Tassie, sort your shit out and put a roof on it.
Yep. Always like that. Instead of putting a ring on it, put a roof on it. That's what I'm with you guys. I'm angry now about Tassie again. I forgot about it. Now I'm angry again about it. Here we go.
Fuck Brisbane Lions. We suck so much. Why can't we kick a fucking
Oh my
goal?
God, who's
West
this?
Coast is better than us. Eric Hipwood sucks. Charlie Cameron sucks. Joe Comeback'll suck you off.
Okay, well, was that a voice? Is that
I think
Microsoft
yeah.
Sam? Okay. AI's taken over. They're in. No, I don't want to do this with this guy. So you know what he's done? Listen to this again. There's 2 people in this recording. One meowing, one hissing.
I reckon that's one.
Is that one?
That's bloody good.
I hate meowing so much. All right, how many we got left here? Who's this?
G'day, you bunch of fucking legends.
Run, Tobes.
Dan, love your guts.
Oh, that's
Ollie,
nice.
you must be protected at all costs.
Oh,
mate.
what's going on here? What's
Fucking
getting set up?
legend.
It's a setup.
Just wanted to jump on here, boys, and tell you how much I love the podcast.
Oh.
It's a setup.
Keep it short and sweet.
Thank you.
Calm the doggies. Sorry that you have to fucking go through that again. Dan,
Yep. Here we go.
what is there to say about the Blue Baggers this year?
I'm flinching.
I mean, come on, mate. You did beat West Coast, but I don't know, mate.
Nicest guy
Keep the
ever.
lid on. Just keep the lid on. Keep it up.
Well
you
done, Tobes.
bunkers.
Well done, Tobes.
Well done, Tobes. Kept it stiff the whole time. Very
Keeping it
nice.
real
Now,
stiff.
I was flinching in the corner. I was ready for some insults, but Tobes kept it stiff. Thank you, Tobes. Let's do one more here. This is from Nick. Hopefully it's not the St Kilda guy.
Little Dan, big ol'. How's it going?
Good.
I'm not going well.
Good.
This has been a bad week. Really bad week. Not only do the Bombers
Oh, they
lose
stink.
by 100 points. What the fuck was that? We can
So
do better
shit.
than that.
Yeah,
We can
so-
do better than that.
Oh.
We can do better than
Oh, my
that.
God. That's
Fucking no hope of a Tasmanian team now. No hope of a stadium. Rumman's out of the job.
Yeah, Rumman is out.
I just... I feel so bad for Rumman.
Same, I do. They better get that stadium sorted because Rumman will be on a street corner working his ass off soon. If they don't, because that's not what you want to see on a Friday night driving to the what's that city that starts with S?
What?
Salamanca.
City? Salamanca?
Salamanca on a corner working his ass off with a tight little dress on. That's not what you want from Rumman. Working late nights.
I hope people will know this. He'll be the Adidas man. That's all I'm going to say.
Is that a joke that I don't get?
Yeah.
Is this a fucking Harry Potter thing that I don't get?
Well, the Adidas man.
I don't know.
What, in the Goblet of Fire, the Adidas man rocks up.
So there's an Adidas man in Tassie.
Just know, people will know. There's a guy.
YouTuber golf about Adidas man, especially if you're in Tassie. All right, quick shout out now to the legends at Mongrel Boots. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Dan, you don't even work as a tradie. You're not on a trade site. Why are you wearing boots for? Guys, I wear them everywhere because they're really comfortable. And they've got great tech in them, which I'll talk about soon. I even go to Bunnings on the weekend, and people ask me, hey, where's the timber? I say, I don't work here. You got the boots on? Yeah, the Mongrels. Of course I have them on. These things are the real deal. They're Aussie-made, Aussie-owned, and honestly, the comfiest boot I've ever worn. They've been making them here since 1930. They've got proper tech built in them too, like the tough side of sole that grips like a vice, roller sole technology, air zone comfort system, which basically turns concrete or whatever you're working on, the rough surfaces, into clouds. When you're smashing out a 12-hour shift, fixing fences, or maybe you're just walking around looking like you're useful, it's just easier in Mongrels. Get yourself a pair of Mongrels. Head to mongrelboots.com.au to find your favorite boot and local retailer. All right, let's go into the round recap. Let's review these games that happened. So this one's going to hurt you, Ollie. I'm going to be completely honest. It's about Tassie probably heavily. So let's just do some football stuff, and then we'll get into whatever Tassie has to offer, which is definitely, hopefully, going to be a roof from the stadium. Hawks beat Adelaide and Tassie 47-44. Now, one of the worst football games I've ever seen. Don't take the stadium stuff out of it. What would you say about the game of football? Quality?
No, they both should have done better.
Thank you. Supposed to be getting the games of the round, we said, but it was generally like a very tough watch. Now, cold, slippery conditions. I don't think even in the game, I don't think Hawks players are allowed to say that they're cold. I don't know if this is like a Clarko thing or if Sam Mitchell's brought in, but every time it's been a few times now this year when the admin asks them if they're cold, they're not allowed to say yes or something happens to them. I'm not sure if they get beaten or anything like that, but it's like it's very much a thing where they're not allowed to say it.
I reckon they've had a chat with AFL Tasmania or Tourism Tasmania.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To say it's never cold here?
No, it's fine. What do you mean?
That's actually a good shout by you.
What roof?
Yeah, is it cold? they're paid to defend it. It's awesome actually out here, slipping around.
I mean, we saw Clarko in Bunbury the other week.
Yeah.
That guy was like a walking billboard for
Yeah,
the
he
joint.
was.
You
Yeah,
know,
he was.
There's a bit of that going on.
He was loving Bunbury. That's a great call by you. So, the game, a few things going on in this game. The game was asked for 3.5 quarters. Like, it was very, very bad. AFL really hates Adelaide. And the obvious one, which you're going to fucking hate, Ollie, and you're going to flip, the stadium down there needs a roof. It just, the game itself, 11 goals, 25 points. Now, Adelaide kicked 1 goal in the second half. There was 13 points kicked in a row before anyone kicked a goal. So we really did it tough. Lots of effort. Can't fault the effort from both teams. So little skills. Lots of effort, so little skills. So Adelaide got the full unireverse from last week in their game against Brisbane, where they became Brisbane and they just couldn't kick a goal and save themselves. They led for 105 minutes, and then Hawthorn decided to play a great last quarter, and they were pretty much all over for the whole game. They don't know how they lost this game, but Hawks, who are trying to be a great team, great teams just win games, like these kind of games. These are games that if you want to be good and you want to be a top 4 team, you just find a way to win them. Hawks did that. So, I mean, no team really got away from each other. Tom Barras was really good down in defense for the Hawks. He kept Thilthorpe literally didn't do a lot, took a few big grabs, but Thilthorpe was very, very quiet compared to what he usually has been. And now when they've spent the first, second, and third future round picks to get in, you go, okay, that's a great investment in hopefully them doing some damage in September. Jamin Impey, man, he's a great footballer. He's a guy.
Oh, God, yeah.
Something's happened since he's had his little baby boy. Last 2 weeks, I don't know if that baby has given him superpowers or something, but he's been really, really good the last couple of weeks. And Josh Weddle is going to get so much money in his next contract. Like he's going to be one of those guys that gets the 7-9 year deal kind of set up where it's on a lot of money. So the game itself was just absolute arse. Hard to watch. You found that an arse watch? A horrible watch?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not because of the stadium. But...
Well, we'll get to that. A lot of Adelaide fans also just not happy after this game. Blame the umpires. Like, you kicked 14 points. You don't get... If you kick anything like 14 points, you don't get to complain to the umpires.
No.
You get to complain to yourself, saying, okay, maybe we should kick some goals out here. I would argue that the one free kick that Jack Gunston, not free kick, one play where Jack Gunston threw it to Newcomb, and then Newcomb kicked the goal, I would maybe say, okay, maybe that was a throw, but that's the only one you could say. Other than that, you guys just could not kick straight. But you should be happy, Adelaide fans. Like, I know you're in a grumpy, bumpy mood because of this game, but you're a top 4 team. You got sky-high percentage. Your run is so easy on the way home. Like, you should be very, very confident about what you can do in finals. Like, I'd kill to be an Adelaide fan.
Yeah.
Like, going into every game going, oh, no, we're really exciting, but we just can't win must-win games. That's a little bit concerning. But if I get to turn on the TV to see my team be really exciting, know that what I'm going to get every week is going to be consistent, then I'd be very happy in Adelaide. So I still think May Nix does some stuff that's very questionable. I think Dawson was on the bench for 12 minutes.
Yes.
That was very weird.
That's too long.
Way too long. But I don't know about that. But if I'm Adelaide, I'm going, you know what? Mulligan game. Just got beaten last. You can blame the umpires all you want, but other than that, you guys are going to be just fine. You guys are going to play finals. So let's just take a deep breath in Adelaide. Love their footy there. Now we go to the stadium. Tassie. Anything? Do you want to start this or do you want me to? What do you? Because you've heard enough.
You can start it. I can finish it.
You've had enough. You have had. Classic front bar pub talk. You can start it, mate. I'll fucking finish it. Be fucking 3 hits. Me hitting you hitting the ground. Ambulance hitting the accelerator. I've said that wrong. Okay, go on. You go.
Okay.
This is I sort of said this is like a Tassie guy's like, you know what? Build them fucking tough down there.
Yeah. Gravel in the veins, mate. Gravel. Unless you've got an ear infection, and then we're quite fragile.
I will say they're built tough down there because they literally play on gravel grounds.
Yes.
So that's one thing.
Okay. If I was to say to you, wet weather footy, what comes to mind?
Like a lot of rain.
Okay. Would the term I love wet weather footy come to mind? Because that's everyone says how good that is. I can think of numerous Anzac Day games in the rain that are classics. I can think of loads of games that are low scoring because of the rain and have been bloody good watches. I will also say, with no disrespect to my fellow Launcestonians,
Going to absolutely disrespect them.
that's not where the stadium's going to be. It is going to be in Hobart. Launceston is a valley. You literally drive into it. So the weather there is
insight.
slightly different to Hobart.
Okay.
And with all due respect, winter game, it's a winter sport.
Yeah.
Harden the fuck up and play in whatever weather you've got.
Good energy by you. You were very strong on that.
It is what it
that.
is.
Love that.
You don't
Love
think,
that.
but for years and years and years, my Minnesota Vikings are literally playing in 5 foot deep snow.
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay,
Can't
Buffalo
see shit out there.
Bills.
Buffalo Bills can't see shit.
And they go,
Giants.
I
Can't see shit.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, then the Vikings did build a stadium with a roof. And I think Buffalo Bills will have a stadium next year with a roof. But my point is that everyone doesn't complain about it.
No. That's the thing that, I mean, everyone was always going to jump on this as soon as it was slippery conditions. So if you're I didn't know that Launceston was in a valley,
Yes.
that this game looked fucked. The ground was so slippery, the ball was slippery, there was no rain. So I think a lot of people were going, oh, here we go, put a roof on it. And I have no doubt that the league did this on purpose. Because they signed off on Tassie having a roof before the season started. When they went to schedule the AFL season, I reckon the suits there went, you know what, let's show these fuckers. Because mid-year when probably the decision of a team coming in or not is going to happen.
Sure.
It has. It's been put on the back burner. There's a lot of argument in government. I have no doubt the AFL said this will be a perfect reason to show everyone why we want a roof. And they go, Friday night, Hawthorn Adelaide, Launceston, Big football IQ move from the suits here. So that I reckon that had a part in it. But again, like, I don't know if those conditions are going to be like that, then put a roof on this thing. I totally defend it. But if you're telling me to be different there, then maybe not.
Well,
can you be confident?
No, absolutely not. But do we ever say that, Gold Coast Suns need a roof? And you think about how slippery that ball is. It's like a bar of soap.
Yeah, it is actually. But they play most of their game. I mean, the scheduling will come down to it a lot. You'd need to schedule them in the day.
Yeah, just give us a lot of 110s.
No, like 3:20 Sunday at Graveyard. You get at the start for sure. You wouldn't get a lot of primetime games. But I don't know. I think the league knew what they're doing here. If you're against the roof at the moment, then I'd watch this game again and go, this thing needs a roof.
I do see what you're saying as well, considering that these two teams play some of the most attractive
Told
football.
you. So then that's. I think the AFL knew exactly what they're doing there. So I would. You know what? I don't really give a shit about the roof. I was going to do some big energy thing about
it's
how
a lot of effort for something that you don't care.
I don't really. They're not even getting a team. Let's just sort out getting a team and then sort out whether it needs a roof or not. If the stadium, if most games are going to be like that, if I go in the future and say, okay, these games that they play down there is going to be just shitty conditions, and the Tassie team will just have to deal with that, and then the opposition will have to deal with it as well, and you get this low scoring affair. Then I'm all for a roof. But if it's not going to be like that, then I can't predict the future. I don't know. But I would say right now, put a roof on it just to be safe.
Okay.
Just so put 2 roofs on it. If you could do that, it'd be $2 billion, but put 2 roofs on it as well. So even the locals didn't look very comfortable.
Yeah, it was cold.
Maybe it's for just like comfort all round, because there were locals that they're shivering going, this is absolutely off its head. I'm so cold. Both teams can't do anything. It's freezing. It didn't look comfortable to be at.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're in the Valley of Love.
Is that what they call it? Tough conditions. So, or maybe we say no roof, and the AFL goes, the Tassie team should just have a home ground advantage that's so absolutely one-sided.
Totally, massively. How good would that be?
It would be good to have such a home ground advantage that you're so used to the slippery conditions.
Just don't need a forward
freezing
line.
cold.
Don't need a forward line. If we can kick 5 goals,
literally, yeah,
we're set.
If our mids can kick 6, we're good. And a couple from the forwards would be great, but outside of that, no. I'm put a roof on it still. And then the last thing in this game, the AFL, they hate Adelaide. Confirm they hate Adelaide. The social media post they did of Guinea calling them to say goodnight. Now, I looked at it and said, Hawthorn have posted that. Went to bed. Then woke up and was like, I read that so wrong. The AFL posted it from their social account. That shouldn't happen, because that's you saying we love all our teams. We're very much like the parent of all the teams. But also, let's shit on this Adelaide team. We own them, but we're going to take a massive pill on them.
Well, you do have favourites.
You do have favourites. Like, Adelaide is not a favourite. The league hates Adelaide. They hate Adelaide so much. That was so rogue.
I think the reason why it felt rogue is because I actually quite liked it.
It was great.
They never do that.
No.
So, where's that come from?
It was just an intern who's like, you know what, I've got the password for the socials.
Took a risk.
I'm going to take a risk. I'm either getting fired or I'm getting a promotion, and definitely getting fired.
Well, unless they go, okay, but now you have to do that for every game.
You have to shit on one team every game
Yeah.
if you're doing that. And they didn't do it. They were back to their very much like their scoreline. That was it. Like, if you're going to shit on one team, if I was Adelaide, I'd go to the AFL house and say, hey, you shouted on us. Take shits on everyone.
Yeah.
Do a post. Do a midweek post shitting on someone for no reason. Go on. Bring up the Essendon doping scandals.
That's
shit on
what
them.
we want to see. Wednesday.
Yeah,
We want
I
to
wanna
see
see
the
one.
AFL do one random drive-by.
The AFL owes Adelaide a finals appearance for the Sydney point controversy, and they owe a shit post to another team.
Port.
Yep.
Get stuck into Port on Wednesday.
I think when the showdown rolls around, I think it's in a month or so, then if the Crows win, the Crows deserve a shit post from admin, from the league. I want to see that. Let's go now to the Giants-Brisbane. Giants 107, Brisbane 96. Now, a big game. I don't get the Giants at all. Before the game, there was another thing that happened. We don't know if you saw this, Ollie. There was a mother and daughter who brought their own signs for the game. The mum sign says, I don't want your boots, I want your last name, with a photo of Starcevic. And now the photo on the right could either be like his house. Oh, it's a ring. Sorry. No, it's a ring.
Yeah,
okay,
rings.
that was very stalker of his house. And then the daughter has also bought a sign and it says, I need a stepdad, marry my mum. So Forgotten Stars have found the socials of them making it. So I'll play what they said as they were making it. Pretty weird. Not going to lie. Very creepy vibe. So let's get a rundown to their minds of what they thought when they were making these signs.
That's some A-class padding you were doing there while trying to
Today,
find the
Chloe and I are looking for a stepdad.
Ollie.
We're going to the Gabba, going to the...
It says major crush alert. Dancing?
Oh, my chilies.
Brisbane Lions.
We're going to see the Brisbane Lions, and I have a major fucking crush on Brendan Starcevich.
Probably need
Is
to
that
know
how you
his
say
name.
it? Brendan Starcevich. So I'm going to make him a poster.
And I'm going to make him a poster saying,
Will you be my stepdaddy?
my mum loves you, can you be my stepdad, please?
So come along with us to the AFL game, and we're also going to make posters.
Okay, great. So that's what they were thinking, I guess.
I mean, a couple things. It's Brandon.
Yeah.
Not Brendan. Also got the real vibe that they'd never been to a game of footy before.
She had some merch. So she had been there before. Either way, I don't know how I feel about people. I don't want your boots, I want your last name. It's a bold move. It's a really bold move. I need a stepdaddy.
I hate it.
I need a stepdad marry my mum. I mean, if I was Starcevich walking off down past them to go get ready for the game, I'd be completely thrown. Of like, I think I'm going to have a stepdaughter soon.
I think getting your kid involved is the weird bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what I mean?
I hope maybe Starcevich... Is Starcevich got a partner? Like, maybe he's in for this. Like,
Well,
we're saying that we don't like it or we feel very hesitant about it. It's very bold, but maybe he's going, you know what? I feel like having a 14-year-old daughter. Stepdaughter.
You got to meet someone somehow.
She's done this in the wrong game, though. You got to do it at Hinge Round at the SCG.
Oh, Jesus.
You got to go there and just shoot your
watch
shot
her
there.
coming.
Yeah. We should invite her. There's another one coming up at the end of the year, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should take her an electric matchmaker. Look at us. 2 Cupids here. Electric and
I
this
can
woman.
see her with Electric.
I can see her dating Electric and Electric being a stepdad to this daughter. For sure. Let's make him speed date and see if they can do it. We'll do that soon. So back to the game. The Giants make no sense at all. Like,
Weird.
I don't get them at all.
Really weird.
This year they've beaten Collingwood, Geelong, Brisbane, and then lost to Port Sydney and almost lost to Richmond and Melbourne. They're such an up and down team. Like, I cannot get a read on them at all. I have no idea what they are. I know that you can never write them off because they have questions asked about them and then they pull out a bullshit performance and you go, how have you done that?
Yeah.
But then you look at the team and you go, oh, no, you should do that because you're still absolutely stacked with talent. So it makes complete sense that you do that. They've travelled to Brisbane without their captain because he has a bruised butt, big bruised butt boy. Now, the celebration that Toby Green did, or not celebration, the injury grabbing for when he got kneed in the back last week against Port and he grabbed both butt cheeks, people asking, is he the new butt boy? He is. Also, that celebration is very similar to what I did at school, grabbing both butt cheeks, but imagine Toby Green on his feet and then jumping on the spot, holding your butt cheeks.
Which was an element of which, he'll get better.
We'll teach him how to be butt boy. Then Brett Daniels became the butt boy because he got a corky in the first quarter in the butt, and he went down and did the same thing. So we got 2 butt boys.
And then you've got Scott Pendlebury.
And then, and Scott doing the photos of the butt.
He's butt boy.
A lot of butt going on. So he went down with a bruised butt and a groin somehow, they're saying. And then somehow with all that happening, the bum bruises, all the stuff, the tsunami ball is back and they beat the reigning premiers at their home ground. I don't get it at all. At all. Their ball movement was back inside, kicks the corridor. Like, they were just rolling the dice every chance they got. It was like Kingsley said, you know what, boys? Fuck it. If we're going down, we'll go down playing our style of football. Aaron Cadman, man, has he arrived. Like, it's like you're watching a guy figure out a Rubik's Cube for the first time and then being like, holy shit, I can do this. Like, he figured out AFL football. Yeah. He's incredible. He was so good. Lots of questions being asked throughout the season already. Is he the guy? You got Hogan there. Hogan's getting older. Who's the next guy? I don't think Cadman's going to be the guy. He said, no. I am a guy. Like, I can do this. He, like 13 marks, 5-goal one. Now, he was also playing on Eric Hipwood. Eric, we love him because he's probably due for a big explosive game soon.
Oh, he hasn't had one in
6 weeks.
Oh, he's bursting at the seams.
So he's due for a 4-goal performance soon. But he was playing down back because Payne went down with a ruptured patella.
Yep.
Eric Hipwood has no business being down in the back 50.
No.
At all. Never again would I like to see that. So, but Cadman was good. Hogan kicked 6-1 and the Giants get back on form. Like, they were really good. Finn Callahan was really good as well. So I now just have to believe that they're going to keep this going until I'm proven wrong. They were really good. And then for Brisbane, the Brisbane Hinds, they are back. Stewie Jew is their forward coach. I would highly recommend that. He just says, we're not practicing anything like forward leading patterns, marking. I just want you boys to do goal kicking for 40 minutes straight every day. They cannot kick straight. The hardest working person in their forward line at the moment is the goal umpire. Boy, they are making that goal umpire work. He'd be exhausted. I want a GPS on that goal umpire. Side to side, lateral movement be through the roof. There's a risk of him doing his knee at the moment because the ball is flying through. So they can't figure it out. Last year, when they were the Brisbane Hinds, they had Joe Danaher to point the finger out and blame.
Which we totally understand.
Which we got because it was very much like, oh, Joe's spraying all these kicks. That makes complete sense that you want to blame it on Joe. Now that he's not there, it's now revealed, oh, no, you're all to blame. Because you can't all kick, like you all are really bad at kicking goals. And it'd be so frustrating. I've had really bad vibes from this team all year long. I've been accused of not respecting them enough. And maybe that's true, right or wrong. But everything that I thought about this team, I'm now right and Brisbane supporters are wrong. Like, they're very much a fraud. Like a real big fraud. They got, I don't know if they got saved from the run. I can't remember who they've played, but just everything about this team doesn't feel like last year. It feels very disjointed, different. It's very much Chris Fagan trying to work out how do I make this work without Joe in the forward line. Their offense is so just completely cooked at the moment. Charlie Cameron's seriously out of form. He might play VFL. Hasn't looked like Charlie Cameron all season long. Levi Ashcroft hasn't had a tackle in 4 weeks. Getting close. Like, we're now officially on Levi tackle watch, which is dangerous position to be in for Levi. And Logan Morris is a guy, though. He kicked 5. But Chris Fagan now, he's going to make some changes here. I think he's going to go in his office, go in his cupboard, pull out a massive axe and start swinging it. They got to do something. They were really, really, really bad. So
when you lose by 11 points and you've kicked in points 3 goals worth, 18 points.
And they're up,
not good enough.
And they're up at half time. It was like, oh, this will just keep rolling here. Brisbane will be very good. And then they just completely stop. So, but again, you say all this stuff and you say, oh, they did it last year and then found a way. So maybe they can. I don't know. I just got bad vibes from them. I think it'll be a different season to what was last year. But they can still be a finals team. They can still be a threat. If they get a home final, still look out.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we move to Essendon. Oh, boy. Essendon fans, take for cover. Jeez.
Jeepers.
Season done. Cats 151, Essendon 56. Whoa. Essendon suck ass. That was bad. That was really bad. I can imagine after the game, or I like to imagine that Chris Scott calls his parents and is like, hey, guys, great game. Thanks for coming, all that. And they're very happy to talk to him. Do you want to come over for dinner? Maybe get a drink somewhere? And they pretty much give him a virtual hug through the phone.
Yeah.
And then I can picture Brad calling them and then they're just looking at the phone and screening it. Such a disappointment to the family. This was really, really bad. But everything that we predicted going into the game last week about what Geelong would do here generally happened. This was a team that came down the highway that hates leaving Geelong for a home game and said, you know what, this is business for us. We're gonna beat the shit out of them. And they did that. They're so good.
Crazy good.
I just don't think they have a flaw. When I look at their team, I go, where is
That's
a weakness in this team? Like, what's backline's stacked now? Their midfield, Basem and Max Holmes are so good. Their forward line so like Jeremy Cameron's going to win a Coleman. Everywhere you look in the field, they're just winners on this list.
This is ruck, really.
They do have Reece. I mean, Reece is hanging there, but did he win a flag being their ruckman? He did. Yeah, they definitely need a ruck. That's a great call. They need a ruck. But outside of that, they're so good. And it's going to be a rare instance where at the moment they're in a position to win a flag. Everyone gets a premiership medal. Then there's obviously the Norm Smith. So there's a Norm Smith medalist. There's a Coleman on there. So Jeremy Cameron. And then a Brownlow, which Baz is now... It's
well and truly leading.
Well and truly leading that one. Well and truly. So a lot of discussion about Baz because last week or the week before, we know that Andrew Dillon went down there and said, listen, you're being a very naughty boy. I want you to just have a week off. Pretty much alleged. And he set out with a hammy. Then he comes back and has 41 off a hammy. He never had a hammy. Don't give us that. You told him off. You said sit out a week. And he said, you know what? I'll respond by giving you 3 votes. B. Smith. You can read that out. Put that up your pipe and smoke it, Andrew. Just put that in the memory bank. So that was so good. They were really good, but Bombers were really bad. Bombers just kept turning the ball over. 107 points Geelong scored from turnovers. That is out of this world. Fuck. That's 107 points. So just think about
you almost when you say that, it's almost like no, are you sure?
Yeah.
It's not. That doesn't say
107. So when Essendon had the ball and then try and go up a wing or go into their back 50, Geelong just said, thanks so much, we'll take a goal. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, as I said, Baz and Holmes are so good. Now, Max Holmes after the game posted an IG a photo of him and Baz, and the caption said, good to have Baz back. Thanks, Caro. Meow. Okay, we gotta stop meowing. Geelong supporters, is this the thing you do? Do you meow after everything, or is this just a new thing that started this year? You gotta stop meowing. I get it. It's very funny, but meow is very it's frustrating.
I think to be fair though, both you and I, we just don't have what
Yeah.
you're just going to be a bit sad for a bit, and I'm going to tell a prayer.
True.
We don't really.
Yeah, we don't have anything we could do. I mean, if I was a Geelong supporter, I'd be meowing so hard. I'm meowing all over the place, so I get it as well. So he
licking
posted
your testicles. You'd be,
I would be doing that, licking someone else's testicles too. Do the cats do that or not?
I don't think cats lick other cats' testicles.
How you know?
That's a good point. I don't.
Do they smell each other's bums?
I don't think so.
Dogs do that.
Dogs definitely do that.
Okay.
Mm.
Anyway, so he posted that photo of the caption. So I think this is very much Baz's bad boy attitude rubbing off on Max. Max was very top button up, respectful, thank you, hello, sir, handshake, eye contact, manners at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's like I say shit and fuck at the dinner table. He's got a bit of bad boy in him. Thanks to Baz. Baz has been so good for him. Baz has given them a real edge, a real us against the league. Oh, you think we're cheaters? Yeah, we probably are, but also fuck you guys, have the double bird.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Baz. Yeah. Geelong needed that. They need to stop being polite farmers who, want to borrow the tractor, mate? You can. Yeah, you want to borrow. They've got 50,000 fucking barrels of hay in the back paddy if you want it.
Before I do that, though, prayer circle.
And we saw another photo. He's 100% now confirmed he's in the prayer circle.
He's in the prayer circle.
He's in the prayer circle. I don't know if we'll have to ask him when we see him next, a born-again Christian or how he's got into faith, which is great. We're not knocking it all. It's just very much not Baz's brand.
No.
And never has been. But I like that he's in the circle and he's doing some prayers. It's definitely working.
Yeah.
Maybe I should take that up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to it. Maybe I will.
Something's working.
Maybe I will. If I'm in the EJ Witten's game, I'm definitely doing a prayer circle.
Yeah, nice.
More so for my Achilles. To hopefully say that they stay intact. Now I'm like, hey, God, do your thing. Just
do your thing.
Keep every tendon and muscle as one. Be great.
Did you ever do when you were growing up? I'm not religious at all, but I know I could probably think of at least 15 occasions where I've done the whole, hi, God, I'm not sure if you're real, but if you are, get me through this maths test and I will be...
As if, surely everyone's done that. I did it at Christmas time for an Xbox. I remember when I was a young man being like, yeah, hey, God, I like, this isn't normally my thing, but, if you do, you know what you used to do? I'll go to church.
That's exactly right, yeah. If you get me an Xbox,
I'll go to church.
I will be your number one guy.
I remember saying you used to, I'll read half the Bible.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So it worked. You get an Xbox, so I probably should go back to him. So he's a bad boy. He's infiltrated him. He's in the prayer circle. It's all happening down there. The Bombers are dog shit. They can't help it. But they are a dog shit football club, and I feel bad for them because they weren't dog shit at the start of the season. They've had so many bad injuries that they've just formed into a dog shit club, and they can't help that. So I'm going to give this season, I know it's their 21st birthday since they've won a final. I think this one we take it easy on them because they don't deserve this. They're just sending out kids they've never seen before in the club. To you're on the list? What number are you? 51? All right, well, guess what? You're getting a game today. I don't know who you are.
Yep.
Brad Scott doesn't know what he's dealing with right now. He's willing out there. And they're competitive. It's just that they're so young and so raw, they can't compete with a side that's like Geelong. But they're so bad at the moment. So now, as a Bombers supporter, all you can do really is get your grip strength really strong and just hang on for dear life for the next 10 weeks. I really would like the Bombers club to play every single person on the list. A rare opportunity where everyone at the club gets a game. Rarely happens, but they could just
Does it really rarely happen?
Not really. There's some guys who there's guys who don't play any games. Unless you're really, really injury riddled. Not often everyone on the list gets a game.
That's fair, yeah, true.
So I want to see that from them. I want to see that. Goldie's still going good.
Man.
He's got no choice. He's got to go. He has to go. He's probably getting another contract. He probably might.
Why not?
What is he? He'd be 40. Old gold.
What do you think, genuinely?
How old he is?
Yeah.
I honestly reckon he's 39 years old.
He can't be, can
Yeah,
he?
he's old as shit. He'd be the oldest player in the league.
No, he's
What is he?
36.
So who's oldest? Scott.
But 1st of July, so he'll be 37.
He plays like he's old as shit.
Yeah.
I think it's the hair as well.
He looks old. Like
The
compared to Pendlebury.
It's the hair too. I reckon as soon as the hair goes on any male, you look instantly older. And when you're trying to hang on, like as I've said, as soon as his hair goes, even recedes a little bit, which it is.
Well, he's got that island.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Got the island. When as soon as you get the island, that means you're not old, but maybe start shaving the head.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. But they were really bad. So hopefully they can just hang on, play everyone on the list, and then they'll get another win. They could be a spoiler team. Like they could be a team in the back end of the season. I don't know who they got coming up, but they could be a team that get a few back and say, you know what, we're going to be an elite spoiler team and we'll try and derail a few seasons. I don't like the chance of that happening, but prior to this game, they were competitive. Like this 100 points, 95 points, that's gross. I saw some scarves in microwaves being burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Wrongful burnings. Keep them. Keep them needed. I haven't seen one thrown in a field yet.
And they were huge on that last year.
They were big on that last year. I haven't seen much of that, so they're not completely off them yet. But they could be if things start, all these games blow out to 100-point losses going forward.
Yeah.
Then we move to Freo in this. This was a heart attack for them. Big heart attack. Just get a win here over North. Away from home, but still at home. It was very confusing for me. Now, it was even confusing for the ground staff at Optus Stadium. They were still playing Freo's goal songs when Freo kicked the goal. So that felt like an inside job from Optus Stadium saying, we know it's an away game, but who's going to stop us? When Bolton kicks a goal, bet your ass we're playing a song.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept doing that. And the game really, it was just gross and rainy and disgusting. Winter sport, we know, but yuck. Freo had a 4-minute patch in the second quarter. They kicked 3 goals, and that was pretty much the game.
That's it.
Like, it was going like that. North made a great effort to come back. At 3/4 time, it was pretty much dead and done. They said, we don't roll over easily. Try to come back, but it would have been literally the most dockery thing ever for Freo to lose a game at home, which is actually an away game, even though you're still at home, to North Melbourne. That would have been riots.
Upon reflection, if we talk about St Kilda or Carlton going to Perth as a danger game, that should have been hyped up more as a danger game.
Massively.
Like, that
was
I would have been
huge danger
shitting
game.
myself if I was Freo.
It's a massive danger game, even when you say it out loud. Like, it's a danger game for Freo fans because we're away, but we're actually at the same stadium that we play all our games.
Yes.
So this is very, not us. I don't know if they changed rooms. I would have made Freo change rooms.
They would have had to. Surely.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Freo in the away rooms, their home ground.
Surely.
That's so disrespectful. And I love it so much.
Surely. Yeah, they would.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So they kicked him out of the... Man, if North had kicked him out of their own rooms to the away rooms, then beat him on the home ground, it would have been awesome to see. It would have been very good. But North are very good. Like, North aren't a bad team
Mate, they
anymore.
love WA.
They should move them there.
Yeah.
Like, North just pretty much went there and cleaned up the economy and gave West Coast a pounding late there and then almost gave Freo a heart attack.
Yeah.
They've ruined Perth. And also there's an Arden Street outside Optus Stadium. So they should move them there.
I didn't know that.
They should move them there. Big kahuna. So late in the game, he was thrown back when Freo literally parked the bus for the last 10 minutes. 3v1, takes the mark, 30 seconds to go. Ices the game. Pat Voss is one of my favourite players. Now, he's not high on the skill level, on the scale of skill to no skill, but geez, he loves a goal. Like, every time he kicks a goal, he might do jail time with how hard he celebrates. Just full of energy and looks like a genuine crazy. He got some players are crazy.
God,
He looks like a crazy. I love him so much. Their 2-ruck system actually kind of worked for the first time as well. Now, they played helmet head, and he's very good footballer, helmet head. Like, so good. Probably all-Australian ruck behind Max. Maybe makes a team on a bench, potentially. But there's something in that helmet that gives him extra strength. And they needed 2 ruckmen for to take him down. So that kind of worked with Darcy being in there, who has the same strength as helmet head, I'd say. Then Jackson was able to play forward, so that worked as well. And then I guess coming off the bye, I hate teams off the bye. They're notoriously very bad off the bye. So it was always going to be a slog. So if you're a Freo fan, you take it, you move on, and you prepare better. Weirdly, also in the change rooms that they had to change rooms for because North took their change rooms, they had 4 headshots of the umpires in their rooms. Like mug shots. And people are saying, the fans are saying that they studied the umpires to know why they, might notoriously play a free kick, what they pay free kicks for, what they let slide to get an advantage. I like that tactic.
It's either that or it's that whole thing that I was telling you about with Chris Judd.
Yeah.
Where they just memorise the names so we can go out there and be like, g'day, James.
True.
Good to see you again.
It would make you feel very at home.
Absolutely, it would.
Because it's not all about me, but I remember being out there when
Oh,
I played. Well, I hate when... No.
It's not all about you.
But I do recall being on the field when someone says a name, like
Yes.
the umpire says your name, it's like, oh, this guy knows my name. Okay.
Yeah.
I might try play football, impress him. Might try impress him now. So I can imagine if the umpire is getting called by his first name, but the
Huge.
players, you go, oh, maybe that wasn't high.
Mm.
Good tactic. We need to see more mugshots of umpires in the head rooms, in change rooms. Back to North, not bad as we said. Alison Clarkson, I think he might be working this team out. Like they really should have won. They really should have won. They had two chances. Finn O'Sullivan, I think in the second quarter or third quarter, had a fresh air swing, sock off the ground, no pressure on him. Missed that completely. Didn't make any contact with the ball. Then Larkey had a tackle in the goal square. I think late in the last week, tackled whoever it was, and the ball just spilled out. Wasn't even disposed of correctly and wasn't holding the ball. Went off his head, went bunter at the umpires. So they should have won. They should have really won. And they're probably, now you look at the team, so many midfielders, they're going to be stars, we think. But either end of the ground, they're probably another superstar away from contending and maybe being a finals team the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need another superstar.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in their cap or how they're going to go about it, but I think they're just one like genuine star away from being a real contender. I'd be happy if I'm a Roos fan. I'd be really happy.
Yep.
I think you go, this season's not going to be the year again. A bit like Essendon, we can be an elite spoiler team, but that's where you have to find your enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
Find your enjoyment. Like this week, for instance, is a great time to be a spoiler team and find some real fun and happiness out of football when you take Carlton on the MCG. I think it's the MCG, and you say, you know what, it's our grand final. As we've said, every team is going to have this is our grand final game. Carlton's one is against Collingwood in round 17. For North, this should be your grand final game where you say, yep, we're going to knock them off. So that'll be okay. I'm back on thinking that North will be fine. And I think Freo, I just give them a little, it was the bye, come with the bye.
Yep.
You were very confused about the whole setup of the
True.
game. You're good as well.
Also, Nat Fife. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Fifey. Welcome back. Also old as shit.
Oh, God, yeah.
Good head of hair, though, so he doesn't look that old. He was
No.
actually pretty good. He could be a sub that's dangerous.
Oh, God, yeah.
All season. I think that should be his role. I think Justin should say, Nat, you're not going to play, it's like start the ground, but when we need you, you can be our two-time Brownlow medalist, absolute weapon coming off as a sub. Good to see him back out there. Then we move to yesterday's game. I'm convinced Port is never going to sack Ken after this. Melbourne 93, Port, Melbourne...
Take your time.
Port 93, Melbourne 68. Now, they're back on track for a first week Exeter finals, Port Adelaide, which is very exciting for the whole town. I don't get that. Another team I have very much like the Giants, I've got no idea what I'm getting week to week. And when you do your footy tips, there are some teams that are ruining everything for tipsters out there. Like, the hardest teams to pick in footy at the moment would be Giants, Port, Freo, Suns, and the Dogs. Like, week to week, we probably have no idea what they're doing. So when you see them on the footy tips, you're going, I've got no idea who's rolling out. Like a good team or a bad team, but I just have to circle you because you're my tips. The rumour going around Adelaide was that Ken was sick most of the week and Josh Carr, start the car, was actually coaching them all. And then he just handed the car back. Took it for a spin, then handed the car back and the keys to Ken, and Ken just sat there in the car, pretty much in the back seat on the bench, seeing what Josh Carr did all week. That's the rumour. They look good. They came out, they looked really good. So there's a couple of things here. Last week, Stephen May abused Gawn when Gawney tried that inside reverse barrel across the ground to try and win the game. And everyone was like, that's just ridiculous. What's Maisie doing? It's a horrible look. This week, Mitch Georgiades kicked 7-4. Most of them on Stephen May. So does Max have a go at him now? How does this work in the family?
It.
Yeah, I think he does deserve it. He's a better man. Didn't do it in public in front of the cameras. So, man, May's now leading the reverse Coleman, the name lock. Because that's Coleman reverse. Which is crazy. Think about
what's that? Sorry?
The reverse Coleman?
Yeah.
Defenders who have the most goals kicked on them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a thing. So May's now leading that.
Yeah, right.
It's very angry.
Oh,
all the time for someone
he's
who's
so
leaking
angry.
a lot of goals down there. Like, I get you angry, but also, Got to plug a few goals down there. Let's try and
take your anger out on that.
Yeah. Take your anger out on the forward you're playing on. Georgiades just went to town. Like, he was so good. And every time you think that Port are going to derail themselves at the end of their season, like, they just find a way to win a game and save Ken and his job. And Ken will never be sacked. Like, it's now realistic. He won't be sacked. He's going to walk out of Alberton. Very much like, the Joker when he blows up the hospital. I think that's going to be the same scene for Ken when he leaves. This big smile on his face, and then he's going to blow up the whole joint. That's the vibes I'm getting. So every 4 weeks, he just does enough to keep his job.
I would do anything to see them win a flag this year.
I would love it.
Could you imagine?
So what do? Like, it's a long way away, but say they go on a crazy run, which they've done before.
Yeah.
And they win a flag, and they don't just win it by a goal. Say, like last year, they win by 10 goals. Do you reckon they still say, Ken, thanks for everything? Like, you're so clearly better than everyone. You understand this team. Actually, no, we really want to start the car. It's been sitting there for a long time. We kind of promised him goodbye. I reckon Ken would be like, absolutely not.
I think that would be fair for him to say, right?
Ken,
it's what you play footy for.
Yeah. Unless Ken wanted to leave.
Yeah.
No way.
I reckon Port would do a Tottenham, though.
What's that?
What they did to
Go
Ange.
get rid of him? Yeah.
Win
Thanks
a trophy. See you later.
See you later.
A week later.
It's all very confusing. Like, Asava Radaglia was really good.
Yeah.
Man, he marked everything that Melbourne put forward to him. It was literally like him just defending every forward that they had. And also, Manny Liddy made his debut for Port. Leg sleeve.
Massive.
Now, I didn't know whether the leg sleeve, people are saying, no, he has a graft on his leg or a cut.
Oh.
And every time he doesn't wear the sleeve, and he raw dogs it, he cuts it up and it opens back up again.
Ooh.
So instead of doing like the TheraBand that normal people would have if you had like a abrasion there or something, he goes, no, I get a full leg sleeve. It's just easier. And I rock a leg sleeve. I'm all for a leg sleeve. NBA has a shooting sleeve.
That's true.
I'm all for, even if you don't have something like Manny here where you need it for protection, if you're just a dangerous left footer, I can rock a leg sleeve.
Bring attention to it.
Yeah, even local footy players.
Yep.
If you're listening to this and you're going, you know what, I think, even if you don't think you're a really good footballer or a good leg, just say, I think I'm going to start rocking a leg sleeve.
How does the leg sleeve work in terms of like, is it legitimately like you're putting your socks on?
So the
but
dummy
it goes right up the top.
Yeah.
Like
the dummy in me thought he just cut a pair of skins in half. And then left the jock strap on. But no, I think what he's done is it's just a genuine sleeve you buy from Temu. He says like $20 on Temu. He has some. I'm going to wear a leg sleeve next step just cause.
That's great.
It's great. I'm going to rock a leg sleeve.
I feel like it'd be quite uncomfortable.
Chafe. So maybe, he would have serious chafe. Depends how much he's kicking. But he was really good. Made a debut, has a leg sleeve, so it looks cool. So Porter, all the way back, they should let the town know, yes, Adelaide are the prize out Australia at the moment, but that showdown now is going to get really good. And Port maybe are a sneaky chance of doing something, which is wild because Ken was out the door maybe 3 weeks ago. So classic Port Adelaide to do this. For D's, as we said, electric defended this club with his life, very active on the socials. Ski season is now time.
Yeah.
It's on. It's open. It's June, so, the slopes are getting some snow on them. It makes perfect sense. They've been quiet because these guys have been good for 3 weeks, so everyone wanted to maybe see their team play some football, go to the MCC, have a cheese board, but now that they're definitely not going to do anything this year, back in their ranges, put the boots on, the RMs, and fuck off back to the slopes. They'll be doing that as well. So we said it all the time. I said it against the Saints when they played them in Alice Springs. 95% of all D's games go exactly the same way. You have more inside 50s, you have more clearances, you kick a heap of behinds, and then you lose the game. I've seen this game so many times that it's just so typical them. But they're so frustrating. Last 4 weeks, they've kicked 63 points. 63 points in a month. And one hand, you're going, you know what? This is so frustrating, but also getting so many shots on goal, maybe we should start kicking them. Just maybe. Now they're arguing as well. Like Clary and Track started arguing in the field again. They fucking hate each other. They really hate each other.
Held together by just a strand, isn't it, that club?
They're a Max Gawn injury away from this club falling apart.
Yeah.
Or they're a Max Gawn retirement away.
Oh.
When Max is gone, they're going to eat each other alive. They're going to feast on each other. They're going to eat each other's limbs, rip each other's face off, and they're going to beat the shit out of each other. It will turn into like some kind of caveman barbaric scene.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly.
You almost just hire him as a player.
Yeah.
But knowing you're like, it's fine, you don't have to play.
Nope.
But be here on for training.
Yep.
Come to the game with us.
Yep.
Sit on the bench.
Yep.
You just got to be present.
You do exactly what Todd Goldstein is doing at Essendon.
Yep.
You have him on a list. You pray he doesn't play, but if he does play, okay. But very much a vibe guy to keep the joint together. They're so bad. Like, they're back to being really bad. Their forward line's so weird. I don't know what works there. It feels like everyone's very much like a part-time forward. Bailey Fritsch, who was being called Fritz a lot on the broadcast, which was very amusing to me because I love Fritz. Smiley Hand Fritz is the best. I don't know what he's doing. Van Rooyen was touted as the guy. I don't think he's the guy anymore. Pickett is actually the guy, but he plays mid now. He was real good for a half. He signed that 9-year deal, kicked 3 in the first half, and then bounced in the second half. Didn't want a bar of it.
Totally
I kind of get it. Got that money. Why would he? So, they're confusing. Ever since that 2021 premiership, they've literally, as we said, eaten themselves alive, which is very... I'd be so annoying as a D's fans. I'd be so angry. I get why Ash is in the socials just abusing people on his non-burner account. Got to switch to burner. We'll make sure he gets a burner account. So, and then we move to the last game of the round. Blues beat the Eagles by 5 goals. I'm literally... Not often you win a game by 5 goals and you feel worse about your team, but that's where we're at here with the Blues. Just nothing. No emotion. Numb to it all.
It was an odd game, wasn't it?
A horrible game to watch. I'm so sorry everyone that sat there and watched that. At 6:20 as well on a Sunday night, so just disgusting scenes. I generally feel worse about this team and how I feel about any chance of playing finals. Like, once again, we have that bipolar where we are 2 different teams in the same game. So first quarter, that's the Blues that can win the flag kind of team. And then the second, third, and fourth quarter, it's the Blues that can win a wooden spoon team. That something has to happen. We have to work out why we're so allergic to second halves. 10 games this season, we've now managed to kick 4 less goals in the second half. We are so bad. And again, no disrespect for the Eagles. You guys stink. You guys are so bad. And you probably walk away from the game going, probably won it. Morally won it. 4 points you won't get, but you definitely won this game in terms of vibes and feeling. It was so bad. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Michael Voss can't coach. Like, this game after quarter time, Minnie McQualter coached because they responded. I'm not sure what the fuck Vossi did. Like, it happens so
Good
often.
point. Yep.
The game needs some coaching to get him going, and, you know, in the second half especially, with the foot had come off the gas, needs some kind of inspirational speech, maybe do some moves. Did absolutely nothing and just hope that the game would take care of itself. And I get it, it probably would, but let's make a move. Be a fucking coach. Let's actually show the league we're not to be fucked with this year. And no, he didn't do that. He just decided to just sit there in the box, on the phone call, have a few smiles, have a laugh. Oh, Akers missed the goal from the goal square. Let's have a laugh about that. Not very funny to us. Not very funny to me. So I don't get what he's doing. I'd love to hear a game. I'd love to sit down with him and have him on the pod and just say, hey, what are you doing? With no disrespect. Like, what is your game plan?
It'd be good to do like those Gruden
yes.
quarterback things that we watch and go, okay, so this is what do you see here?
I'd love that.
I just want to test you. Like,
I would love to, like, at just like 75 out from goal.
Yeah.
Put all the forwards in the forward line and just say, Vossi,
now what?
What would you do?
Yep.
And then do that same situation, but go to a kick in and then to a wing stoppage. And just to see what are you doing?
Yeah.
Selection, what are you doing? Run me through the whole thing. I'd love that. I invite him on here to look him in the face and say, let's talk about this together. I've said a lot of things about you not being able to coach. Come and tell me you can coach. That would never happen. But I'd like it. And I also, while I was blaming people, I blame Mick Molehouse as well. I have that in my notes here. I was angry last night. Blame him for ruining the club. Inside job from Collingwood. Came across. Haven't been the same since.
That's true.
He's got something to answer for.
And fuck Tasmania while we're at it,
And
Dan.
Tasmania needs a fucking roof.
Yeah.
That's as well. Outside, like, we're so bad. I don't know where Paddy Cripps is at the moment.
Yeah.
Hasn't been the same. Again, 1-2 Brownlow, so I kind of get it. I'd probably do the same thing, just completely switch off. Charlie was rested at second quarter, so...
Are we feeling okay about that?
I don't know, man. They lie a lot, so I don't know how to feel. But if he's not playing, then Harry's not playing as well.
Oh, then
Oh, that danger game becomes like Capitals danger with blood coming off, like one of those word art effects with blood coming down. That's really, really bad. So that was bad. Before the game, Oscar Allen came for me in the media. Didn't he? Boy, said he really wanted to egg me. What did he say again about me?
Do we have the audio?
I try and find it, but let me just remind myself what he said about me. Did not like what I said. I call them stinky and that they can egg they'll all egg me down a main street if they wanted to. And he said on the radio station, where is it here? He said, first and foremost, Dan is only a Carlton fan because he was a failed player. That seems harsh. Who stayed at Carlton for like 6 months before. Okay, it was actually 24 months.
Yes.
And he's got a couple of friends there. Not true. Got one friend there. 2 friends. So I do have a couple, actually. Yeah, I've got 2 friends there. Secondly, he's the most fair-weather supporter ever. I remember the game they lost to Collingwood with the siren to get in the finals, and he's throwing his scarf in the bin on the way out. That was actually true. He's the worst supporter ever. Man, if that's not motivation to get your team up and about, I don't know what is. I said you can egg me. But in saying that, I like Oscar a lot. He's a good man. Probably a bit harsh there. Some of the stuff he said.
A little bit harsh. I'm going to back you up.
Yeah.
Anyone who's played one game of AFL,
yeah,
I would say you are not a failure.
No. In fact, thank you. I'm going to call my dad and say that.
Yep.
Going to pin my hat on that. So that was a bit harsh, but again, they're so bad. I stand by my comment. They absolutely stink. They stink so much. Their best player yesterday was working at Woolies 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Tom McCarthy. Wow, what a debut. 31. I mean, it was down there a lot, so we got a lot of the ball, but great debut.
And did I hear the commentator say that no one for the Eagles this year has got 30?
Nope.
Yeah, there you go.
Nope. So they should just go down, whoever their recruitment team is, go down to Woolies and just have a foot in your hand and say, throw it at them and say, hey, hit me.
Yep.
And see what you're dealing with down there. Because Woolies could be a breeding ground for footballers.
Could be a factory.
Could be Woolies Football Club going to Tassie if they've got some talent down there. Woolies have some talent down there in the aisles and on the field. So, shout out to the Eagles. They won this game after the quarter time.
Mm-hmm.
It was 45-40. They completely beat us off the park. They were so much better, cleaner, played with more grunt.
Mm-hmm.
And really, without the first quarter, we probably should have lost this game. And we feel like I lost this game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel worse about this team.
Bloody good quarter, though. And I'm not taking the piss there. I was thinking, Jesus,
so
this
good.
is like...
It had 200 points all over it. And then that's the most frustrating bit. You look at this team and go, why? Why are you the way you are? Why do you always continually disappoint me? Even when we win, you disappoint me.
Yes.
At least the Eagles fans walk away going, 2 games here, we're getting smashed and then we beat them. So we walk away when the siren goes, we actually won that game. We won it for 3 quarters. So I don't know what to feel about this Carlton team. We'll take a win for sure. It was ugly as. I'm so sorry everyone had to watch it. And now we move on to North in another danger game. So everyone's saying, the AFL's giving you these easy runs. You get to play West Coast and North twice in a row. Guys, we suck. We are a very bad football team. Like, that's also, yes, we get those teams, but we're also just extremely bad at football this year. So it's all contextualized. Very bad teams playing each other.
Good word.
Thank you. Been good the worst today.
Yeah.
That's our episode done. We've recapped the round of football. We get to do it all again when we preview the round coming up. Danger games everywhere. Alex Tyroo in a danger game. We have to protect him. Hopefully he's making his debut. Would love to somehow maybe announce to him if we can. To St Kilda people.
Yep.
And we'll do it all again on Wednesday.
Yeah.
See you all then. Hopefully you get your ear sorted.
Oh, mate, I'm not in a good way.
No.
I'm going to vomit so much after this.
Okay.
Also, just on the Wednesday episode, I love how many people think that we're doing the episode at 2 a.m.
No, we are. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's more like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we never stop, guys.
Yeah. We work hard for you.
We work hard. Yeah, YouTube thinks we were up at 2 a.m. doing something. You released it now later. No, it's all smoke and mirrors, guys. It works. Also, any Sven diagrams getting around?
Don't.
Can't tell you how flat he was calling it a Sven diagram. I don't even what is it?
It's a Venn diagram.
What does a Venn diagram do? I missed that whole part.
It's when you go like beers, footy, cross it over, in the middle, fun time.
Oh, is it actually?
So it's just like a way of...
Oh, kaleidoscope. Sort of. I get it. Okay.
Almost definitely not. But
so what's a Sven one? Like a Swedish one of those?
Because that's... The night before, I've been rewatching How I Met Your Mother, and there's the Swedish architect firm Sven.
Yep. And it got in your head.
It's right in there. And that is the sort of thing that makes me flat.
You were really flat about that.
Because I don't muck that sort of stuff up.
That's like a thing I'd do.
Yeah.
When I call the queen...
the patriarch.
Yeah. That's one thing I do. Okay, that's right. We'll work it out. We're better for the run, and we'll see you all on Wednesday to do football again and unpack a massive round 15.
In Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.